Welcome, Susan.
It's hard.
All right, so we are muted, right? Everybody's muting. Brenda, mute yourself. All right. So just breathing. I have a snoring dog in the background, so I apologize. Breathing yourself into your body, just noticing your heart space, finding yourself resting there for a minute. Coming down with the breath into the belly. So we're really in our bodies for this practice, in the groundedness to the earth from our root, either from the root chakra that's at the perineum or from the feet. Feel yourself held by the earth. And from this place, I want you just to invoke within you your own inner power, goddess, whatever you want to call it, but it's the powerful goddess that is already within you. She's there. You don't have to do anything to cultivate or contact her. She just is. This is the part of you that knows, as a woman, everything you need to know about the power of birth and death and rebirth. So whatever those words invoke in you, it's your own inner warrior-ess. Just calling that power forward. Just noticing how she shows up for you. And let's just slow the breath down here with her. So just however that works for you, I'm going to do just a little bit of alternate nostril breathing to slow down and get more into my autonomic nervous system. If you want to join me, you just close off one nostril and you're going to breathe in 5. Then you're going to hold for 5. And then you're going to release. And you're going to be void for 5. Then you're going to switch sides. If 5 is too much, you can do 3. Closing off the nostril. Holding. Slowly releasing. Void for 5. Other side, close off the right. And then slowly release and be empty. The breath is your best ally. So with that breath, just going deeper inside, deeper into that calmness and that power. And I'd like for you just to feel how this inner divine goddess, warrioress, how she's shimmering, present, and how she is stronger than any and all outer conditions. She's stronger than collapse. She's stronger than chaos. She is stronger than any challenges a person might be bringing into your life. No matter what happens on the outside, she is strong, steady, and she's unwavering. Breathe in her power. Breathe out any obstacles to holding her power. Breathe her into your cells and your muscles and your organs. Breathe out any obstacles like fear or confusion. Just breathe them out. We're going to breathe in her power deep into her bones, remembering her. You're rooted, feel yourself rooted here in her presence. She's like a tree. Let her be a tree in your whole body, in your energy system, in your physical body, in your mind, in your soul. And let yourself really root here, root into her. No matter what is happening on the outside, when you're rooted in her, you can bend in the wind or dance in the wind with whatever comes. You have deep, deep roots when you're here. Taking a minute to really, really anchor here. She has with her power, protection, safety, goodness, love, all of the things that make you who you are. And while we're here connected to that inner divine, I'd like for you to imagine or sense or feel that you could take something that is challenging to you right now, whatever comes to mind, and just hold it in your hands, naming it, and go ahead and offer it to your own inner power. Just offer it. Here, take this. Show me the right actions. Open me to the right ways as you see fit. I no longer need to control this. I no longer need to worry about this. I release it to you for your safekeeping and empowerment. Or whatever words you want to use. I'm just giving some words. And just listen and watch as she receives this offering. She may tell you something. She may do something with it. Just be open to communicating with her. We are in a very deep process of change right now as a people and a planet. So it's vast, it's global, it's personal. There's a lot of Uranus is involved. We've had a new moon last week that hit the same conjunction that got hit last January. So that whole saga that started last year, it's like we're in an Italian opera and we're at that crescendo point, okay? So just keep steady in her as I keep pointing to what's happening. I want you to keep rooting in her. We've also got a lot happening with Neptune. Neptune is actually aligned with the nodes of the moon. Remember, this is about Neptune rules deception. So Neptune is going to be bringing out any inner or outer deceptions. Something that you might have accepted or taken as a truth could be revealed right now. There could be something coming up. So as you're with that divine goddess, I want you to take a moment and notice, where might you have gone down the wrong path? Where might you have just simply taken a wrong turn, not knowing, not fully understanding? Just go with the first piece that comes up here. Might have been a relationship or an inner misconception. Just asking this divine presence in you to show you, Where have I gone down the wrong road? And as you see that, I'd like for you to consider rerouting that wrong turn. Just reroute it right back to that inner divine presence inside. Just bring, like you could just trace your steps back and let the source now rest with that inner divine warrior S. And that's something that I want to invite you to continue to do in the coming days as things are revealed in the personal and in the collective. Pluto has also been on the sun. And so here we are working with death and rebirth. Okay, so while you're there rooted with her, I want you to consider what is left in that soil, what's left that hasn't been exposed or metabolized yet. What is being, so the rot is being exposed, right? The rot is being shown. Okay, it has to be exposed for us to work on it. It's not there to torment us. It's not there to scare us. It's simply, there's some rotten roots, right? So we can see this in our political system. Okay, it's beneficial and horrifying. Okay, so we're in a full exposure. Okay, the riots really exemplify this. We're in this full exposure. Okay, with Pluto. Pluto is ruling this, bringing up everything that is unresolved. By the way, America is having a Pluto return also. So we're in this deep exposure process. And I want you just to stay steady with your inner divine warrior and just take a minute and let this question kind of reveal for you what rot is being exposed for you now. What is being exposed? And just breathe with it. Stay in her presence as you just look at it. Just let yourself see it. Knowing that you're going to have everything you need to bring that rot to healing. But right now we're just looking, witnessing. And if she directs you to begin the healing process or shows you something to bring in, maybe a fertilizing quality, maybe a quality or an element, then feel free to begin that process. Just keep your breath going, keep your connection to your body. So all of these things are happening, and we also have the Saturn-Uranus squares completing. We talked about this in the past. There were 3. So we're now at the 3rd. And really those are about breaking up a meeting of an old guard, Saturn, and the new guard, Uranus. Uranus is the new energy. And it's about, the old is more about me, what can I get? And the new is about the whole, the collective. How can we save the planet? So those two are squaring. So we're going to have a lot of conflict internally and externally around the old systems and the new. And I want you to stay rooted in her as I'm talking about this. Feel the place in you that's fine, no matter what happens. This is an inevitable process when we're changing at this level. Okay? This is inevitable. You know, we're moving into a question that is more about all of us. What if we actually have and embody a democracy that actually includes everybody, not just the wealthy, white, powerful men? What if it includes all of us, everyone? That's what we're moving towards. So there's going to be conflict, which we're seeing. So it's very powerful and it's very close. And we're in this as practitioners. Just taking a minute again to connect with that inner divine presence. Breathe in her power. Breathe out anything you're uncovering that's ready to go. Breathe in her power and strength. And on the out breath, we're just going to push it all out. And one more here. So we've also talked in the past about the Saturn-Mars squaring. So we're now in the third part of that. There was one on 8/24, one on September 29th, and now we're with Taurus squaring Saturn. So this indicates a new cycle. Congratulations. We've all made it through to this moment. You might feel in this place like there's a problem you've really worked hard to resolve that just, it's like your back's against the wall, but you have to keep going. So we're in that final piece of that. It's just breathing power into any place where you might be up against something and know you need to keep moving. Breathe power. Breathe out. So we're just really aligning with this cosmic container and our own divine. I'm going to talk more next time about, well, let me just mention it here. So on 120, we will be having more squares. Mars and Uranus are going to come together on that inauguration day. It's going to be intense, I'm not going to lie. So think about whiplash, okay? Think about that place where you personally stiffen against the changes that are happening. Okay, as great changes are happening, if you stiffen, you're going to get injured. If you relax, if you know how to relax into it, which is everything we've been practicing for 56 sessions, if you relax and soften, you won't be injured. So just see yourself relaxing and softening and bending. How can you bend and dance in the winds of these changes? Another way to approach this time is by asking, what is mine to do today? What is mine to do today, this moment? If it's mine, I'll do it. If it's not, I'm going to just send metta. It's also a centering way to approach this change. So giving you different ways to be in this process. The insanity should start to shift after that. So we ask ourselves, how can we contribute? How can we serve? How can we wake up from any delusions to benefit all and be on the side of justice right now? How can I dance in the wind of change? Just taking a moment to be with all that you've just touched on. And then let's go ahead and come into, I've got a prayer in the chat, and we'll be working with that prayer probably through this month. It's simple, which every practice that we're doing right now should be super simple. There's enough happening on the outer that we don't, my suggestion is to just keep everything as simple as you can. So if you guys want to unmute, we can try to say this prayer together. It's there in the chat.
I don't see it.
It's, you guys don't see it?
See it?
Do you guys see it?
I
Yep.
don't.
That's weird. Susan doesn't. Let me try to put it in again. Oh, I know why. It's because you came in later, Susan. Let's see. Okay. Try this. Well,
No,
yeah, it's not coming in. Okay.
that's okay. I'll just go with.
Okay.
Oh,
You
Katie.
go with it. Let's.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
I
So
see it.
let's. I'm gonna, since it's short, I'm gonna have us say it 3 times. Okay. Change me, divine beloved, into one who can get out of the way. Release me. Open me. Let me be a pure, clear conduit for your love. So let's try that together. Can you guys unmute?